everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren. This channel is dedicated to girls and women trying to become the best version of themselves. We are going over 5 habits that you need in your morning routine to be successful, to be productive, to be healthy, that you might not even have thought you needed, but you actually really do need that. This is just to maximize our health, maximize our wellness, and maximize kind of like our productivity and making sure we're starting the day off on a good note. We are going to unpack the science behind each of our habits in the morning, and specifically the habits that are non-negotiables. We'll explain the why, we'll explain actual practical examples, and give you the tools so that you're not just checking off a box every day and after each habit, but you're actually making sure it transforms your life and every morning. So stick with me for the next 15 minutes and we are going to completely transform our morning. Okay, we are going to start first things first with, in my opinion, the easiest of the habits because it is at our disposal, and that is getting sunlight in the morning. Every morning it is so important that we are getting our sunlight in. It isn't just about feeling awake, it's actually sending a signal to our endocrine system. So in our brain there's kind of like our internal clock called the suprachiasmatic nucleus. I'm gonna say SCN for now, for short, because that's a mouthful. But it's kind of like the conductor in a band or an orchestra. So when sunlight hits those photoreceptors in our eyes, it sends these powerful signals directly to the SCN. This signal does 2 crucial things. 1, it immediately halts the production of melatonin, the sleep hormone, and it also sets our cortisol awakening response on a healthy trajectory. A well-timed cortisol spike in the morning is actually a good thing. We think of cortisol and we automatically think bad, but we need a little bit to get us awake in the morning. It's kind of like our built-in caffeine. And this process is deregulated by staying inside, not seeing sunlight, or sleeping in later than normal. It leads to a feeling of grogginess and a whole bunch of other hormonal imbalances. And even a cloudy day is better than no sunlight at all. You're still getting that light, but you want to avoid only getting it through glass. It really reduces the amount of light exposure on our eyes when we are looking through a window. So you really want to try, at least open the window and stick your face out if you need to. But if you can get outside, bonus points, because that is the best case scenario, just for 10 minutes if you can. We can habit stack this with other habits that I'll go into later, whether it's while you're journaling, while you're reading, while you're going on a walk, while you're exercising, whatever it is, you can habit stack it so you're not just dedicating 10 minutes to just staring up at the sun. Don't look directly at the sun either. You can just let's not kill our eyeballs. But yeah, even just sitting next to your window with it preferably open while you're brushing your teeth, whatever you can do. Okay, habit number 2. You just went 8 to 10 to 12 hours without drinking any water. And I know you've heard it all the time. You need to drink water right when you wake up, but let me tell you and explain why and how exactly to do it so that you're getting the most bang for your buck. So you just went 10 hours without drinking. You're dehydrated. This can increase the viscosity of our blood and reduce cognitive function. So to counter this, we need to rehydrate immediately and intelligently. So my go-to drink in the morning is a nice tall glass of water. Try to make it room temperature so that it absorbs quicker. A pinch of salt, a lemon for extra hydration and absorption, and I top it off with some coconut water, which I really like. It's yummy and it's super hydrating. Adding the salt or some sort of electrolyte to your water helps your body absorb that hydration more efficiently at a cellular level. And you don't need to chug your water. Maybe try throwing on some form of cognitive priming, as I like to call it. It's something that's getting your brain kind of working and into learning mode. So throw on a podcast or some sort of YouTube video that's informational. Listen to a short audiobook or even read just while you're sipping on your water. So it can just be a 5-minute video, something like that, but something to get your brain kind of moving. Research on neuroplasticity shows that engaging your brain with new information early on in the day helps build new neural connections and primes your mind for focus and creativity later on in the day. So it's really having an intentional act to wake up your mind. My go-to is just listening to a podcast. They have short ones. The Mindset Mentor does like short 7-minute to 10-minute ones, so that one's perfect for me. That I really like, and it's quick. You really get actionable steps in a short amount of time, so I really like him. Or if you want to watch some of my other videos. The next habit, it's actually a habit stack. I'm gonna call it the metabolic and neurochemical stack. So this is habit number 3. We all know that exercise is good for you. I don't think I need to convince anyone of that. But a short, intensive burst of morning movement is a really, really powerful neurochemical tool. Activities like a high intensity, something like a HIIT, for even 5 minutes, 10 minutes in the morning can rapidly increase that blood flow to your brain, which would then send a surge of oxygen and nutrients to our cerebral cortex and other areas that are responsible for executive function for the rest of our day. But even more importantly than that, stimulates something called BDNF, or brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF. Think of it like fertilizer for your brain cells. It promotes the growth of new neurons and strengthens the ones that you already have, which directly improves your memory, your mood, and actually your learning ability. It's an immediate way to feel more alert and positive, actually, without stimulants or drugs like caffeine. So this could be just going on a quick sprinting up and down your driveway. It could be jumping jacks. It could be push-ups. I like just doing body squats and then push-ups and just get my heart rate moving a little bit. Or even if you want to do some sort of yoga flow, just you kind of want to keep your body moving and moving. So not holding positions for long, but rather moving through more of like a flow. All right, you guys are gonna hate me for this one, but it has to be said. Habit number 4 is delaying caffeine. It needs to be talked about, so let's get into it. Like we talked about, your body's natural wake-up hormone is cortisol. It peaks in the morning naturally to give us that morning boost that we are all craving and that we look to caffeine for. When you drink caffeine too early, the caffeine actually competes with your adenosine receptors, which your body needs to properly regulate your natural energy cycles. So oftentimes this leads to a less pronounced cortisol spike and actually a more severe crash later on from your cortisol going down, but also your caffeine crash. By waiting 90 minutes, so an hour and a half, wait to drink any sort of caffeine. Doing this allows your body's cortisol do its job naturally. We are wired to be able to have this boost of energy in the morning, but having caffeine instead of our cortisol gets rid of kind of our cortisol and kind of messes up our whole cortisone hormone schedule. When your cortisol naturally starts to dip, that's when you introduce coffee. This might be after 90 minutes. You might be timing down the clock waiting for the 90 minutes to come over. Or maybe you save your cup of coffee for 12 o'clock when you need kind of like a midday pick-me-up. The result will be a smoother, more sustained energy curve throughout your day without that dramatic slump from having a caffeine and cortisol crash. Also, delaying will help with your reliance on caffeine itself. Caffeine is a drug. You don't want to be addicted to it, and most of us are. So maybe saving your cup for later leads to you having less cups altogether. It'll also help so that your tolerance doesn't lower super quick for caffeine, and then it ends up not working at all and you're stuck having like 5 cups of coffee a day. And number 5, last but not least, you need to fuel your brain and your body in the morning, especially for women. It's so important. We have pushed this fasting culture and it's not healthy, especially for women. We need to be fueling our bodies and telling our stress hormones that we're eating and there's no need to stress out because we have food. When you don't eat right in the morning, your body stress receptors go off thinking, we don't have food. We haven't eaten in 12 hours and we still don't have any food. We need to go pick berries, go hunting, whatever our animal brains are doing. But it starts releasing more stress and you get that like jittery feeling. You're not just eating to stop being hungry, you're eating to power your mind throughout the day. A breakfast that is high protein, has healthy fats, and carbs will help provide a steady stream of energy, which will help prevent that insulin spike and subsequent crash that comes from a high sugary meal or no meal at all. So definitely focus on high protein. My go-to right now, if you want a good meal prep option, I just take glass Tupperware and I crack 2 to 3 eggs, some cottage cheese, and then whatever vegetables I have, either bell peppers or spinach, those are my favorite. And then I sprinkle some cheddar cheese on it. You can even add some bacon bits or sausage, whatever you want, and then pop that in the oven for like 20 to 30 minutes. And then it's so easy and it's really yummy. You can add ketchup or whatever you want on top of it, but that's a really good option because it's high in protein. You still get some of your vegetables, you get your fats, but it is so important that we're not skipping breakfast. And if you guys want some more ideas for high protein breakfasts, let me know because I really want to start experimenting on more overnight oats, some smoothies, some yogurt parfait things. So yeah, let me know about that. But those are our 5. So let's recap. We are getting morning light right in the morning, preferably actually outside and not through a window. We are getting hydration and we are fueling our brain, getting in that cognitive priming, learn something new right in the morning, get in some exercise, get your blood moving, get it pumping up to your brain. And 4, delay caffeine until at least 90 minutes after you wake up so that you let your cortisol do its natural thing. And then 5, make sure we're getting those high protein, high fat breakfasts in the morning, because it is really important, and food is fuel and you need it for your brain health and your physical health. So that's it. That's not a long list. 5 things. You guys can so do all of these. It doesn't need to be long. You could probably cram this all into 20 minutes. So it is really a cohesive, science-backed routine that is designated to optimize your biology for peak performance. The key is to see these habits not as tasks, but as investments in your energy, focus, and long-term health. So try stacking some of these habits. You can do the little quick HIIT workout outside, and then you get your sunlight and the HIIT workout, maybe while listening to a podcast, if you can multitask all of those things. But if you guys found this helpful, make sure you like and subscribe for more videos like this. And if you made it this far, comment your favorite green emoji. Bye guys, see you in next week's video. Bye.